Hello again. Today we're going to do what I couldn't have enough time to do in my last video, was the disassembly of the Smith & Wesson 22A. So we're going to disassemble and reassemble this pistol. So I don't take up too much time, we'll just jump right in. Of course, gotta do a safety check. That's very important. So we're going to make sure the magazine is removed, which it is. Magazines are generally not in my gun. They're in the case, so we know that's gone. And then next we will pull back on the slide, make sure nothing's in there. Quick physical check, and the gun's clear. Don't let anyone tell you that you're goofy about being too safe about guns. It's just impossible. Gun safety is, number one when it comes to firearms. You gotta be safe. Anyways, so once you have your slide pulled back, next step basically is all you have to do is push this button here. Yeah, my finger is in the trigger guard. That's just to give me a better grip on when I push this button. Other than that, I don't do it, until I shoot. Push back on the button and grab this here first. Push back on the button, pop it up, and then push it back so it pops off. What you want to really be careful about, try to use this light here, is, there we go, that should be better. That lip right there, when you remove this off the frame, do not angle it up and pull it off, because you will potentially bend that lip right there, and then you've got a ruined gun. So anyways, what we want to do next, I'm going to set that aside for now, is put your finger on top of this spring here so that it doesn't go flying off and poke someone's eyeball out. We don't want that to happen. Release the slide. Let it drop very slowly. Pull off the slide. Got your recoil spring and guide rod here. That's it. That's really all there is to it. I like that. It's very simple to take down. I'm not picky if the gun's got a couple extra steps. That's not a big deal. When you field strip, you're only going to do it to clean. It's not like you're trying to do this as quick as possible. Because you're really not going to do that. I don't see anyone doing that as fast as possible because someone's shooting at them. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, I know it's kind of goofy kind of thought, but a lot of people just complain that certain guns take forever to field strip. I guess if that's your thing, that's fine. But anyways, to make this a little more quicker, we're going to go ahead and just go back and reassemble it. First step, put this spring back on the guide rod, and just set that down for a second. Put the slide back on the frame, make sure it's on there. And then what we're going to do is put the spring guide rod back into the slide, and that piece wants to come down. And what that piece is, real quick, is it's a recoil reduction, I guess like a buffer, I guess you'd call it. I forgot the actual name, what they call it, but it's in your manual. It shows you what direction to put it in, everything like that. And then, of course, keep your finger in there, like I mentioned. Keep the eyeball safe. Pull back, lock it in place. And then we just put the barrel back on, and just like taking the barrel off, you want to keep that lip from getting bent by just simply putting it back in. Don't let yourself pull it back up or anything like that. Put your pin back into the frame, push the button down all the way, pop back in. It should come about halfway back out. That means it's locked in there. And I always check to make sure everything seems to be in there correctly. Pull the slide, let that drop, pull it back a couple times. Manipulate the safety, make sure that that's fine. Then, you know, shouldn't be any problem with that because you're not messing around with that. But it's just one of those things I always just go kind of through a mental checklist to make sure everything's back in order. Like I mentioned in my other video, do not dry fire this. Just make sure that the trigger is working. And I don't need to do that. As long as everything seems to be functioning correct, you're in good shape. I like the simplicity of the takedown on this pistol because, number one, you don't have to pull trigger. I'm not saying I don't like that, but it's just one of those things where people accidentally have problems. Once it's back together, it's back to shoot. I always do test the magazine, you know, just one of those things on the mental checklist. Make sure everything is back in order, make sure no pins were out of place, and that's all you have to do. As always, happy shooting, have fun, be safe, have a good day.